Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this look using the Morphe 35B once again. It's like this peachy, almost sunset look with a wing. So let's jump into it. Alright, so first I'm going to be taking my Clear Mascara and I'm just going to be running that through my eyebrows, and today I'm going to be using a different method. So I'm just going to kind of set my eyebrows, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean out my shape with concealer. Yeah, I'm just going to keep working with the shape. Like I did in my brow tutorial, first I'm going to carve out a line, and then I'm going to tilt my brush over and just kind of spread the concealer all over my lid, just because I do use my concealer as a primer for my eyeshadow. And this actually is the Girl Pro Conceal. So that's all I'm doing, just cleaning out the shape and then putting that all over my lid. Once I'm done carving out the shape, I'm just going to blend that concealer out with my Soho synthetic blending brush. Quickly, I'm going to bake underneath of my eyes just because I never know if I'm going to get fallout or not. And today I did do like a whole matte eye, but you know, just in case. And also, if you get fallout from any color, you can just like swipe it off the powder and you're not going to mess up your concealer or your foundation. And then I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Brow Wiz to outline my eyebrows and fill them in. So yeah, and I actually really liked how this came out, but further in the video you're gonna see I went in with some Dipbrow just to make them a little bit more intense. Now for this part I want to apologize because I'm still getting used to filming with my back camera, so some of this is out of frame. I'm really sorry. I'm still trying to get like the gist of it and just trying to figure out how I can see myself without a viewfinder. So here I'm going to be taking the Morphe 35B palette. I'm taking the yellow shade on my Morphe M502, and then I'm going to go ahead with the Pinky Rose Cosmetics palette and also use a transition shade. But I'm basically going to be mixing that yellow and almost like this mustardy yellow and creating my transition color. I wanted it to be really bright, but I also wanted it to almost have like a hint of like a mustard color, just to make like the transition really appear once I've applied all the other colors on top. So yeah, that's all I'm doing, and I'm going to be using that same brush. So I'm just gonna keep blending. Now going in with like a peachy shade, and I also got a little bit of that orange shade. I'm going to go in with my Coastal Scents brush, BR-N08 I believe. I'm just gonna take that, and in circular and windshield wiper motions, I'm gonna place that further into my crease. Here all I'm doing is applying some more powder. I'm kind of just taking off any fallout and then applying more powder underneath of my eyes, so that way I'm for sure not getting any of that excess color on my nose, because sometimes the fallout from your brush can get on your nose and then you have like color on the sides and it doesn't complement the look very well. So this is just to avoid that. Now taking a small detail brush from Luxie, this is like a blending brush, but it's shaped almost like a pencil brush. I'm going to be taking the orange shade from the Morphe 35B, and I'm going to go ahead and just apply that further into the crease on top of where I applied that peach shade, but I'm also going to be dragging this onto my lower lash line. And with this method, with this color, I'm almost like stabbing my crease just because I really want it to be super in depth in the crease. Once I've kind of placed that color where I want it, I'm going to take the Morphe M502 and just blend all of my colors together, but making sure I'm focusing more on top of that orange and not so much on high as my brow bone is, because we're not mixing them together. We still want to see that yellow there. Here I'm just going to take a e.l.f. brush. It's like a tapered blush brush. And I'm just gonna wipe away any powder that I have, but then with my sponge I'm gonna put more powder. This is just, again, so I make sure I have no fallout, and taking my Morphe M502 one last time to make sure that I have all of those edges blended. Now I'm gonna take an e.l.f. blending brush, and I'm gonna take the red shade, but then I'm going to also add a little bit of the hot pink from this Morphe 35B palette. This I'm again placing further into my crease and almost on top of the lid, but I will be going in with something on top, so it doesn't really matter if you get it too much onto the lid. I'm just really focusing this on the outer edge, lower lash line, and just closer to my crease. So once I'm done kind of placing that color and blending out the edges, I'm going to take the Morphe M502 once again. And this is what I like to do. It just kind of keeps my eyeshadow how I want it. Just taking a smaller blending brush, taking a larger one. So now I'm going to take a liquid lipstick. I'm going to take this on a flat concealer brush, and I'm going to place it as like my base, like I would use my Girl Pro Conceal. I'm just going to carve out like that I'm just going to do a half cut crease. And I'm sorry that the frame is really out of it, but I'm going to just carve out the shape and then pat my brush on the outer edge to make sure that it's just really blended out and that there's no harsh lines. So that's all I'm doing with this brush. And next I'm going to take a Morphe S12 brush, and I'm going to be taking the peach and a lighter pink shade from the palette. They're all in the same row, they're both matte, and I'm just going to press that on top of the liquid lipstick to set it, just because even though it is a matte liquid lipstick, I want to make sure it doesn't crease while it's setting. So that's just all I'm doing, placing some shadow on top of that. For this, I did want to do a wing, and again, I'm sorry that it's out of frame, but all I'm doing is just starting off on my outer corner from the edge of my top lash line, pointing it towards like the end of my brow bone, and then I'm going to be dragging a line onto my lash line, so creating almost like an angle and like a little triangle outside of my eye. And then once I have like that wing down, like the wing part down, is when I start filling in the front of it. So that's all I'm going to be doing here. And I'm not perfect at wing liner, trust me, a girl messes up all the time, but that's when concealer comes through. This took me a while, and I still don't know the shape of eyeliner that I like. I just kind of whatever it ends up happening on my eye, I do. But yeah, so now you can see that I'm going to just connect the little dots and start filling everything in. This just makes it easier on me, and you just have to take your time with wing liner to really perfect it and just get it down, because once it's on, girl, there is no way that thing is coming off. Even with concealer, you can clean it up, but there's always like that black smudge. So if I do make mistakes, I try to keep them very minimum and not use so much concealer, but it's completely okay if you mess up. So yeah, that's all I'm going to be doing, just connecting the lines. After this, I didn't show it, but I did add this shimmery yellow shade from the Morphe 35B palette onto my inner corner. I added some lashes, mascara, to my top and my bottom lashes. So that's pretty much the end of the look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I will be doing way more colorful looks for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all in my next one.